Now that we've talked about the loop, we're going to talk about the half Cuban 8. Okay, and I have this picture of the loop that I had before, just simply to show that as you do a half Cuban, what we're going to be doing is 5/8 of a loop, 45 down line, then a half roll, continue 45, and then pull to level flight. And so the beginning of the half Cuban, we're going to be doing quarter number 1 of the loop, all of quarter number 2, and we're going to get to about the halfway point of quarter number 3. Then we will continue our 45-degree down line, do our half roll, and then continue 45, then level. Here's the arrestee symbol for the half Cuban. Again, starting with the dot, 5/8 of a loop, 45 down line, half roll, continue the 45 line, and then go to the finish. Okay? So again, 5/8 of a loop, so quarter number 1, quarter number 2, and half of quarter number 3. And then 45-degree down line, half roll. So where we're looking is just like we had described in the loop, that as we're doing quarter number 1 to the middle of quarter number 2, we need to be looking at our sight gauge or looking sideways, sight gauge or the wingtip, until we're right about here. And then we started here, so the horizon in front of us was this way. As we get to this point here, we struggle to crank our head back hard enough to get the horizon in sight behind us so that we can maintain our yaw and our wings level as we come over the top of the looping segment until we get 45 degrees down. Now, when you're new in training, we'll just have you bring the nose around to what looks like about 45 degrees down. Pick a spot on the ground and use the nose like it's a gun barrel, and then roll around that point, continuing that line. Later on, what you might do to fine-tune that is that as you're coming over, you might look at your sight gauge to try to determine exactly what 45 is, and then look back over the nose, pick your spot on the ground, do your half roll, and then continue. If this was a full Cuban 8, what you would do is after rolling, you would continue this and then do 3/4 of a loop again, 45 down, half roll, 45, and then back to level flight. And it would make a figure 8 laying on its side. So we're going to do 5/8 of a loop, up over the top, making sure we don't have a low wing. Okay, we're going to float over the top, so we'll release our back pressure, float over the top. The nose comes down, 45 degrees nose down, and we stop it.
Pick a point, stick the point, count 1001, 1002, roll, count 1001. So I usually double the count before the roll, figuring that the average speed ahead of the roll is about half. So
yeah, with your kind of airplane that's so low drag that you can use a 2-for-1 ratio like that, doing 1001, 1002 on the slow parts and just 1001 on the fast parts. But the airplanes that are higher drag and lower horsepower, it's not a 2-for-1 ratio.
Okay, here we come again. Up and around, 5/8 of a loop. Look, find the horizon, level the wings.
Yeah. Don't pinch the top, so you got to float that top part.
Find your 45. Look at the sighting guide, check, roll, hold the point, and pull out at about 160 to 180.